Financial Group.
And welcome into a big weekend of SEC football here on LF Sports. Mississippi State tries to become bowl eligible against Alabama. Tennessee tries to keep it going in the East, but they've got to slow down the running Hogs. It's all coming up next on Allstate SEC Football Today. Off a win over Kentucky, and here at Neyland Stadium, there you see Coach Philip Fulmer and his 22nd ranked Tennessee Vols as they try to slow down the red-hot Arkansas Razorbacks, led by Heisman candidate Darren McFadden. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dave Baker, and welcome back into All-State SEC Football Today. It is cool, but it is a beautiful day here in East Tennessee as the Vols get set to host the Arkansas Razorbacks. Now, one of the things that's going to happen in our other game at Mississippi State is really, you know, what's going to happen when the offenses get going. But first, number 5, there you see the carries, 34 rushes, 312 yards, an average of almost 9.5 a carry. And what he did last week against South Carolina, yeah, he's got an incredible burst of speed. He has been John Chavis, the Tennessee defensive coordinator. He has got a young team. He's got a especially young secondary. He doesn't have the guys up front that he's had in the past, but they have consistently gotten better. And now we've gotten to the point in the season where those young guys have gotten some experience. Those guys are talented, and they are going to have to provide some support today if they hope to stop that Arkansas running game. When we come back, we're going to talk a little Alabama, Mississippi State. That's coming up here on LF Sports.
Oh, game day.
Yeah, like your breakfast.
Brought to you by Allstate, proud sponsors of college football. Are you in good hands? And by Pontiac.
And there you see the Tennessee fans, young and old alike, celebrating in Knoxville and at Davis Wade Stadium in Starkville. We bring you back into Neyland Stadium. Over 100,000 will be here on a cool and what is turning into a windy early afternoon here in East Tennessee. You know, we expect great action today, but a week ago, how about the superlatives from week 10? And warm on a day like this. The Vols are getting set to go against the Razorbacks. The Dogs against the Tide. We'll count it down to kickoff. Coming up next. State hosting Alabama today needs a win to get in. So does Vanderbilt hosting the Wildcats of Kentucky. Now, as we talk about Mississippi State and what needs to happen down in Starkville, but that can go ahead and control the clock as well. All right, 2 great games for you today. Next week, we will be between the hedges in Athens, where the homestanding Georgia Bulldogs will take on the Kentucky Wildcats. Welcome back into Neyland Stadium in Knoxville, Tennessee. Some of you will see the Tennessee Vols taking on the Arkansas Razorbacks. Others of you will be in the lane. Now, in terms of receivers here, this is a guy that David Cutcliffe knows will be key to this team today. Chris Brown is on pace to set the Tennessee record for a single season receptions for a tight end, and we know about Jason Witten and what he did here, so that tells you how valuable he is to this team. And the fellow that's going to get it to him, there's Eric Ainge. I don't think he's got nearly enough credit for playing while he's been injured. He's fought through a lot. He's got that index finger that was broken that is a lot better now, and he seems as healthy as he's going to be for the season and seems to be poised for a big game this afternoon against a Reggie Herring Arkansas defense that loves to press and play man-to-man coverage. All right, let's take a look at what else is happening around the Southeastern Conference today as we get you going with our Pontiac countdown to kickoff. In fact, take a look at the standings. First of all, in the East, Georgia on top of those standings right now, but remember, Tennessee, the only team, if it takes care of business, can take care of its own business. And in the West, you see everybody in it, but Ole Miss still, according to the mathematics. But at this regular season, Big Red is here and ready to go, and they're ready down in Starkville as well. And speaking of the boys in Starkville, we'll hear from the Alabama-Mississippi State matchup. That and much more is coming up when we come right back. You guys, many of you will see Mississippi State and Alabama. The rest of you will see Tennessee taking on the Arkansas Razorbacks. And when we come right back, we'll hear from the guys who will bring you the action from here in Knoxville. a matchup between Phillip Fulmer and Houston Nutt, and we've got a preview. It's coming up next. And they're getting set to go here at Neyland Stadium in Knoxville as the Tennessee Vols host the Arkansas Razorbacks. Welcome back into our Lincoln Financial coverage. Many of you will see this game. Others of you will see our contest in Starkville between Alabama and Mississippi State. But here in Neyland Stadium, the guys are upstairs who'll bring you the action here. Golly, it's kind of like old home week. That would be Dave Neal, and by golly, I believe that'd be the big fella, Dave Rowe. Welcome back, my friend.
Yeah, we just found a guy wandering the street, said, hey, you look like Dave Rowe, come on back. It's good to see you. Welcome back.
Thank you, partner. I appreciate it so much. The cards and letters and fans were fantastic. Even the commissioners stopped by the booth.
I know.
Wonderful, and I thank you all for them.
Well, it's good to see you. Let's talk a little football because obviously, and for all the right reasons, Darren McFadden and Felix Jones, the topic of conversation coming into this game. But let's not overlook the fact that Tennessee comes in here with a couple of dynamic runners themselves, and Arian Foster and Montario Hardesty. These guys combined for over 130 yards a game.
Well, their motivation today is actually Darren McFadden. They're great running backs. There's only going to be, at the end of the day, one running back combination that's going to get recognition and a win. And I think at the end of the game, we may be saying, wow, Foster?
Yeah, now Marcus Monk's the other guy. Now, when you talk about Arkansas, he has an impact on the Arkansas running game, and he seems to be getting healthier.
Yeah, imagine his feelings this year, Dave. He's on a run-dominated team. He got hurt early, has really had to sit back and not play a major role. But today, he could open up the running game. They throw to him 7 or 8 times. You watch out. At the end of the day, Marcus Monk may be a huge factor.
And in the red zone, he could be real dangerous. He's getting healthier, and that is scary for the opposition. Let's go downstairs, back to Dave Baker. Buzz, how about my guy?
What about that, boy? I tell you, some things, you know, they just fit like an old glove, don't they? Great to see the big fella back. As the Pride of the Southland Band roars on here behind us in Knoxville. Should be a great win today. Some of you, again, will be seeing Alabama and Mississippi State. Others of you will be here in Knoxville with us for the Vols and the Razorbacks. For our producer, Rob Reichley, I'm Dave Baker. Thanks for being with us here on Lincoln Financial Sports. Settle in. Kickoff comes your way next.
You forgot. This is what happened last Saturday night. Darren McFadden goes for an SEC record 321 yards on the ground. Today, he will try to perform in the same big fashion against a tough Tennessee team on the road. The Volunteers have been dominant inside their house at Neyland Stadium. It is our all-tell game of the week right here on Lincoln Financial Sports. A couple of 5-3 clubs going toe-to-toe, Tennessee and Arkansas. And hello again, everybody. I am Dave Neal. It is the second week of November, and in SEC football, there is a lot to be determined in terms of who will play in the SEC championship game on December 1st. In the East, it is all up for grabs, but the team that actually controls their own destiny will play today and wear the orange jersey, and that is Tennessee. If they can win out, they'll play, and the guy that's going to have to lead them there will be their quarterback, Eric Ainge, who has 15 touchdowns and just 5 interceptions on the season. Well, joining me today is my partner. You might remember the big fella. Dave Rowe is back, and you had some health issues over the summer. It's good to see you. Glad to have you back.
Oh, I'm ready to be back. I'll tell you, all those SC fans, the cards and letters were so thoughtful. They touched my heart. But let's talk some football, Dave. And when you talk Arkansas football, the first person that jumps out
is to stop this rushing game. And to be quite frank about it, Tennessee's defense has not had a stellar season. How are they going to find a way to slow down that running game?
Well, it was interesting. Yesterday we talked to John Chavis, the defensive coordinator, and he said what we got to do is we got to build a fence and don't anybody open the gate. And those 2 linebackers, McCoy and Mayo, they figure big. That's the middle linebacker and the weak side linebacker. If the end of the day they've got 25 tackles, Tennessee could be happy.
All right, big fella, let's talk about your Toyota keys to the game.
Well, the first one is interesting. For Arkansas, pass to run. Say what? Arkansas is a running dominant team, but they're facing a pass defense that ranks last in the SEC. Marcus Monk is healthy. Watch out, they may open up the run with the pass. And for Tennessee, it's play keep away. David Cutcliffe, the offensive coordinator, he knows that Tennessee has got to keep the ball away from Arkansas. Sustained drives. That could be the huge key, Dave, keeping the ball when you're on offense for Tennessee.
So many storylines that will unfold over the next 3.5 hours. Tennessee has won the toss, and they will take the football. Lennon Creer, the freshman, at the 5-yard line, out over the 25 to the 30. to the 35, and that is where Tennessee will set up shop. Michael Grant with the special teams tackle for the Arkansas Razorbacks. Our special teams specialist down on the sidelines, Dave Baker, what do you got?
Dave, good afternoon and welcome in. The key thing for Tennessee today, if they want to keep Darren McFadden and company off the field, is Eric Ainge. He's a guy that has not gotten enough credit for playing through pain. We looked at that pinky finger of his yesterday. That thing is nasty, but he doesn't have it taped up now. He feels like he's better than he's felt in a month.
And he says he's been throwing the ball well, despite the fact that that sails over the intended target. But Buzz, you're right. We had a chance to look at it, and it was just a nasty-looking pinky that will certainly have some issues in the offseason. Take a look at this Tennessee offense. Obviously, Arian Foster has been the main cog in the running game. The offensive line has been pretty solid. Of course, I think those that follow football know how well they have protected the passer. Only 3 sacks allowed all season long. Second down and 10. Quick hitter to the outside to the 35-yard line. Goes to Lucas Taylor. Not Freddie Fairchild, number 44. Keep an eye on him. Missed most of last year, almost the entire season, with a knee injury. He has been playing well of late. Also, here's Ainge on third down. Pass caught. That's going to be very close to the first down marker. Lucas Taylor with the grab. And that will be very close. He'll have to probably bring the sticks in.
Boy, good look right there by Ainge. Watch him drop back. He's got good protection. They're bouncing him around. That is that Arkansas dollar package, they call it. Good concentration. Looking that ball in. Lucas Taylor just looks that ball in. Not bad coverage.
Well, they won't bring the chains in, and Steve Shaw, our referee, says that it'll be about 6 inches shy of the first down marker.
Wow, fourth down.
Quarterback keeper Eric Ainge picks up 2 on the drive. That'll keep this drive alive.
Boy, just got behind that big center, Josh McNeils. Is that interesting? I think that Philip Fulmer knows that they have got to keep the ball. David Cutcliffe told us that. Fourth down, you're on your own 45 and you go for it. Wow.
Well, that's the whole the deal with Arkansas. The way to keep them off the field is don't give them the football.
Yeah, David Cutcliffe said, I want to know when we have 4 downs. He just saw it.
There's Taylor again. Catches it immediately for a gain of 3 and then gets driven back. His progress will take him into Arkansas territory.
Boy, you know, as you look at this Arkansas defense, Dave, that dollar package that they come up with, it's 3 down linemen, 1 linebacker, and then it's 7 defensive backs. That's an incredible look. And when you're up there on the offensive line, you don't know who's coming. So they're going to try to put a lot of pressure on Eric Ainge today.
Arian Foster still in at tailback. Second down. Second and a short 7, long 6th. Lucas Taylor, the receiver, to the near side. Bunch set to the right. There goes Foster. Close to the 45. That'll bring up a third down and about 4. But back to what David Cutcliffe was telling us yesterday. He says that, you know, he's in constant communication, obviously, with Philip Fulmer. And he says on first or second down, Coach, are we in 4 down territory? I need to know. That's going to determine how I make some of my calls. And I'm sure they're having that discussion right now.
Oh, absolutely. You go for it on 4th down, the first series on your own 45-yard line. Now, there's Reggie Herring, the defensive coordinator. What an animated guy. David Cutcliffe said he deserves a penalty when he comes out on the field.
He brings some energy, no question. There's Foster. And that should be good enough for a first down. Marcus Harrison led the charge for the Hogs, and that will move the chains. So a nice drive by Tennessee here to open up the game. Nothing fancy. It's been a quick hitter to the outside. Lucas Taylor. A couple of runs by Foster.
Well, when you run that 34 defense, you think as you're an offense that you can control those 3 spots. Now they're in a 4-3. So you think you can control those spots, and Tennessee up front has been able to.
Pump fake, lofts it up, and interference will be called. Lucas Taylor, that is man beat Michael Grant. And the only thing Grant could do in man coverage was hold him. Well, that was a touchdown.
Oh, that was. Ainge gave a perfect fake on the out and up play. He gave that fake, and I mean to tell you, Grant bit on it like a sandwich. And all of a sudden, Lucas Taylor came clear. The only thing he could do was grab him.
Holding, number 8 on the defense. That's a 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
Now, Ainge has been picking him alive. Now, watch this little fake right there. Now, that's where Grant bid on it. And look at there. He was just holding. He was holding Taylor for all he was worth.
Well, that'll move the football down to the 31-yard line, and a fresh set of downs now for Tennessee. Line up in the I formation. Foster still in at tailback.
Dave, we talked about that 4-down area. It may be 4 down all day because now you're at the 30-yard line. You know you're in 4 down territory.
Here's Ainge quicker to the outside. Austin Rogers. He's close to the 20, down to the 21-yard line. That'll be a gain of perhaps 10, close to the first down.
And it's really interesting. The defense at Arkansas is playing on the outside. They're playing off on the corners. Usually they play press man where they're up in your face, but they're playing off, getting it deep. What are you seeing down there, Buzz?
You know, it's interesting, Dave. I kind of think of David Cutcliffe as the Greg Maddux of offensive coordinators because he's big on tempo. And what he'll try to do in a lot of different ways is to change the tempo. You saw on the 4th down, it was a quick snap. Now he's come with the no huddle, and he's trying to keep that Arkansas defense off balance.
That's exactly what he's doing, Buzz. What happens is when you come on that quick huddle, you don't allow the defense to make personnel changes. So they have to leave in whatever is in there. You can't make that quick exchange with man for man and go. And that's what Reggie Herring, that's the battle he has today with his defense, trying to make changes, getting situations.
This Arkansas defense, folks, over the last 6 games when they're 5-1, they're allowing just 14 points a game. I mean, they've been good the last month and a half.
Well, they come at you in so many different looks.
Foster the single setback. 2nd down and very short. Ainge will throw it. Batted in the air, and it falls incomplete.
And there you see Darren McFadden. He doesn't have a carry yet. I mean, he's 0 for 0 for it.
Flag comes down on the keeper by Ainge. He has enough for the first down. We'll see if it holds.
1st and 10.
Take a look at our Alltel head-to-head challenge. Brought to you by Alltel, of course, the official wireless partner of fans. Last time these clubs met was a monumental clash of Titans, 41-38, 6 overtimes to determine the winner. One of those classic SEC, just great football games. Ainge to the corner of the end zone. Austin Rogers, the intended target, just off his fingertips, incomplete.
Well, I think Rogers, when he was looking that ball in, he's looking back into the sun perhaps, but he just misjudged it. That ball was well thrown. Watch the thing just drop in there. And it was right there, covered by Richardson. But how about Ainge? Boy, you can see he's really on today, Dave. He's right there with his passes, and he can put strings together.
Eric Ainge, the senior, out of Hillsboro, Oregon, averaging 237 yards a game through the air. Off to Foster, nothing happening. Gain of a yard on the play. Malcolm this year. 3rd down and 10. 3 receivers all bunched up to the near side.
Now if you're Reggie Herring, do you come after him? I think you do. You don't let him sit back there.
Ainge fires, passes, caught by Rogers. Touchdown, Tennessee. He broke the tackle and got it to the end zone. What an opening drive for David Cutcliffe and Philip Fulmer.
Incredible opening drive. Now they're bringing pressure on him. They pick him up really well, and he runs a crossing pattern. A lot of times Arkansas plays that man underneath, and crossing patterns just tear you up.
Bruce Pearl's got to like that. He's all about offense. This club wins their opener last night against Temple in front of 21,000. Daniel Lincoln in to attempt the point after. Snap is good, hold is good, and Lincoln connects on the point after touchdown. So Tennessee strikes first. They lead it by a touchdown.
SEC Game of the Week is being brought to you by Alltel Wireless, by Ruby Tuesday, by Chevrolet, by Chick-fil-A, by Lincoln Financial Group, by Suzuki, and by Crystal.
Little ball walk before the game as Tennessee continues that tradition. And look at our Texas Pete scoring drive. That is exactly what the doctor ordered if you're Tennessee. 11 plays, almost 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's called play keep away. That was one of our keys, and that was a tremendous. You talk about a commitment. That was a commitment. 4th down and 1 on your own 40-yard line. Wow.
So Tennessee will kick it off. Chad Cunningham, the freshman out of Dawsonville, Georgia, will deliver it to either that man, Darren McFadden, or perhaps the best return man, Britton Colquitt kicking off. My apologies to Britton, or Felix Jones. It'll be Jones at the 5. Felix Jones to the 35. And pushed out of bounds.
That's the personal foul.
Well, Felix Jones is 7th in the country in kickoff returns, and you just got a good look at it as to why he averages 31 yards per return. So great opening field position for Arkansas. They'll throw it on 1st down. Casey Dick hits Peyton Hillis out here at the 30-yard line. Let's take a look at our starting lineups. Maybe not as big as they've been in the past, but they certainly are athletic. McFadden, his first carry off the right side. McFadden to the 20, picks up the 1st down. Eric Berry will get credit for the tackle. A gain of 11. There's Casey Dick. They don't ask him to do a lot except manage the game well. He's done a pretty good job of that. Michael Smith with the carry. Take a look at that Arkansas freshman, D'Angelo Willingham, a junior, gets the start at the other corner. So McFadden to tailback on 2nd down. Dick to throw. Throws it up. Peyton Hillis makes the catch, but out of bounds.
Hillis just needed to stay in bounds, Dave. That was another one of those little fakes where he comes out of the backfield, number 22, and then runs the go pattern. This is the glue that holds this offense together.
Robert Johnson, the former quarterback, lines up wide to the top of the screen on 3rd down and 6. And McFadden tripped up, gain of 1. Dan Williams, the sophomore out of Memphis, Tennessee, makes the stop, and Arkansas will bring out the kicking team. And listen to this Tennessee crowd.
Yeah, what they did is they spread him out wide, tried to run up underneath, and Petrus, the backside guard, just didn't really get a good block. Good penetration there by the front line. I think that was Williams that you talked about. The good penetration made a pile.
Alex Tejada's been pretty good. 14 out of 18. 31-yarder on the way is up and good. So we thought we'd have a little offense today, and, well, 2 possessions. We've got a couple of scores. 7-3 Tennessee. Back after a word from your local stations. 7-3 Tennessee leads Arkansas. 8:01 to go in the opening quarter. Take a look at our Texas Pete scoring drive. 6 plays, only 20 yards, and Darren McFadden had an 11-yard run, but he was certainly shut down on the big 3rd down.
Yeah, but how about Felix Jones opening up that kick to get him back in great field position? That really opened it up.
Here's Dennis Rogan. Speaking of opening it up, Rogan, he's only got Vavra the kicker to beat. Michael Grant, the speedster, also tracking him down. Rogan at the 15. Take that, Felix Jones, says Dennis Rogan.
Wow, when you kick deep, you out-kick your coverage. Look at how fast he gets upfield. Now, see that seam, break to it, and use that incredible speed. I'll tell you one thing, if they don't turn it back right there, he runs it in. But good turn back by Arkansas. But now, Tennessee playing keep away. This is a part of playing keep away.
Arian Foster, tailback. Talk about good field position.
Yeah.
1st and 10 from the 15. Here's Foster off the right side. Breaks a tackle down to the 10. He'll get 5. Rashad Johnson, safety, steps up to make the play.
Boy, Dave, running backs, they always say, how many tackles do you break? And that's what Arian Foster did that time. From the outside, Michael Grant came up. He had him turned in. He gave him that little stutter step and went around him for 5 yards. Reggie Herring saying, hey, we've got to get penetration. We've got to get something. Got to get a turnover. I think Arkansas is stunned right now.
Here's Foster, dances and gets nowhere. Right at the goal line, Laterell Richardson down there battling. It looks like Lucas Taylor.
Boy, that was 20 yards away from the play, Dave. You don't want to do no cheap shots. No, don't take a shot right now because it's free. Officials are not going to let anything like that go on.
After the play, dead ball, personal foul, number 9 on the defense. It'll be half the distance to the goal. It'll be first down and goal.
Well, that'll make it first and goal from the 5-yard line. I was going to bring up third down and about 5, but the penalty now gives them a fresh set of downs.
Now, if you're those big hosses, the Phil Fulmer up front, what you do is just power that football in. Don't go wide. You know this is my favorite time.
Go ahead and say it.
Man on man, big man on big man. I love it.
Foster off the left side gets 1.5 yards. Wendell Davis will get credit for the initial stop. Take a look at our Honda Red Zone.
It's his second down for Reggie Herring's defense. What you've got to do is you've got to bring up that third down so you hold him to a field goal drive. And you see him doing a lot of gyrations. I think he's calling on down the outside. I think he's got a blitz plan. Here they come.
Out of the eye. Foster gets blown up. Trying to break some tackles. Whistle blow.
The heck with him. That's the way Reggie Herring coaches defense. Go after him.
Talk about your all-out seller.
Here comes another one. Oh, they picked him up.
Haynes fires. Pass is dropped at the 5-yard line. Looking for Hancock. And Quinton drops it. And that'll bring out the Tennessee kicking team. Look at our Aaron scoreboard. Alabama trying to rebound from a tough loss last week, up 6-0 over Mississippi State.
Dave, this is a huge series for Arkansas. They had first down, as you said, on the 15-yard line. They held them to a field goal. That is a real pat on the back for a defense.
Daniel Lincoln 16 out of 18. Make it 17 out of 19. The freshman has been solid all season. Tennessee leads it by a touchdown. Teammate Felix Jones, Britton Colquitt to kick it off. The last kickoff, Felix Jones returned it 75 yards, but Tennessee stood tall, only allowed 3. This time they squib kick it to the near side, and that will eliminate Felix Jones and Darren McFadden. Ezekiel Smith falls on top of it for Arkansas. Look at our Advanced Auto Parts drive to the SEC Championship, SEC East standings, and you look, I mean, it is jumbled up. Tennessee, only because they played fewer games than Georgia, sits in second, but they hold their own destiny. Meanwhile, LSU, they control their own destiny as well. It has been a crazy year in SEC football. Casey Dick will throw it, batted in the air and nearly picked off. Xavier Mitchell, the senior out of Long Beach, Mississippi, able to put his big paw on it.
That's exactly what you want to do if you're a defensive player. Right side of your screen. Come in now. Get your hands up. It's like throwing through the woods. And that's one of those big timbers right there. And you're right. He almost came up with that. Oh, Houston Nutt. I bet he jumped. Oh, no. That's not what we want to see.
And now they're in the wild hog formation with McFadden at tailback. He will hand it off to another speedster, Michael Smith, trying to get the corner, and Tennessee played it very well. D'Angelo Williams makes the stop, but Tennessee had that play stretched completely out from sideline to sideline.
And Dave, you said a key word, stretched. That's exactly what you want to do, stretch it to the sideline.
Our 1st and 10 line brought to you by IKBI Incorporated. IGBI, building vision, building relationships. There's 3rd down again.
Listen to the crowd get in it.
Casey Dick will set up a little middle screen, and McFadden is hit. Picks up 2 yards on the play, well shy of the 1st down. And Jerod Mayo, his job was to find 5.
Absolutely. We talked about Mayo, number 7. We said he has got to be a big factor, and the crowd played a factor, and Mayo just zeroed in on Darren McFadden on that little slip screen over the middle. Didn't come up with anything. Now Arkansas's got to give the ball back to a hot Tennessee team.
Jeremy Davis with a wobbly line drive kick that hits. Dennis Rogan will pick it up and field it and take it out over the 20. Got about 7 yards after the dangerous play. Well, are you hungry for a big win? Chick-fil-A and Dr. Pepper have partnered to bring you 40 winners. So this is the game plan I think Tennessee drew up. 3 and out for Arkansas, and then hold the ball when you have it.
That's exactly what it is. Get those 10-play drives. They had an 11-play drive that first series.
Here's Montario Hardesty out to the 25-yard line where he's run out of bounds. Gain of about 3. His first carry today. Freddie Fairchild will get credit for the tackle.
Good blocks up front, and they made the corner, Dave. And when they make the corner, if you can pick up 3-4 yards, and I asked David Cutcliffe, I said, what do you want on that 1st down? He said, I want 4 yards. If I can get 4 yards, it brings up 2nd and 6.
Hardesty. Play fake to him. Ainge will roll right. Fire pass incomplete. Looking in Financial Field in Philadelphia. Largest crowd ever maybe for a Temple game. David Cutcliffe in the middle of that group with the orange hat.
I'm glad you spied that one.
Hard to see.
Yeah, he's being hidden a little bit.
Low snap. Batted in the air. That's the 3rd pass we've seen today by both teams that has been batted in the air. Marcus Harrison got a punt. He stands at the 35. Brenton Colquitt. Wobbly kick that will hit at the 40, but take a good Tennessee bounce inside the 30, close to the 25-yard line. So for the first time today, Arkansas does not yield any points defensively, and here comes Darren McFadden.
And Dave, I want to tell you something. I'm surprised at Arkansas. I wanted them to see him pass the ball more. I'll be honest with you, open it up. But Darren McFadden, he's your hoss. You go to your hoss. I mean, he ought to have by now 2 or 3 series. He ought to have 7 or 8 carries, not 2.
Yeah, we have 2 minutes and 50 seconds to go in the first carry. In the first quarter, I should say. Speaking of carries. Maybe this is why he's not getting the football, because there's 4 orange jerseys trailing wherever he goes. Wes Brown led the way along with Robert Ayers.
Well, Dave, I was just going to say his drive chart is really interesting. Look where he runs the football. He's an excellent pulling guard. Think about going right.
Petras, the former fullback, got good feet in that line, and that's one of the reasons they go that way. McFadden at quarterback in the Wild Hog. He'll hand it off to Felix Jones, and Tennessee's defense. This is a defensive group that has been torched quite a bit this year to the tune of almost 29 points a game, giving up 167 yards on the ground. That's 74th in the country.
Nowhere to go on this ball. Look how quick the happy feet right there are of Felix Jones. When you're doing those happy feet, those stutter steps, you're changing direction.
Let's go to Dave Baker.
Hey, Dave, here's what's happening with that Tennessee defense. They're very much uphill defense. They like to penetrate. The strength for Arkansas is guys like Mitch Petras at guard, Jonathan Louigs pulling out on little track plays. They haven't been able to do that because of Tennessee's defensive penetration.
And Buzz, they're going to have to take a timeout. Arkansas is, and talk about this big 3rd down and 9. And with that timeout, we'll step aside and return after this message from the SEC. Felix Jones just got his first carry of the game, and that's significant in a couple of ways. He's been averaging on his first carry of the game over 17 yards a contest. Picked up about 1.5 yards on that last one. Big victory for Tennessee.
Absolutely. Tennessee's getting great penetration. They're attacking the football.
So McFadden and Jones will line up side by side in the backfield. McFadden at quarterback. 3rd down and 9. It's Felix Jones, and he loses 3. Ryan Carl, the senior out of Franklin, Tennessee, with a big play. This defense is playing like they haven't played all year.
Oh, they are playing well. They're getting there, forcing them to go east-west. That's along the line. When you're ducking out there and you're getting penetration, and that time it was by Ryan Carl, you're having to go around the pile. It allows that quick linebacker and secondary to come up and make the tackle. They are stuffing Arkansas at the point of attack.
Stay tuned. Coming up, we'll have a look at the Firehouse Subs home field advantage. Nearly blocked, may have been blocked. Low kick, bounces at the 45. And will die at the Tennessee 43-yard line. I think somebody got a piece of that ball. Jeremy Davis averaging over 40 yards a kick. None have been blocked all season.
And Dave, I think that ball was blocked. I thought he was real deliberate. I just thought he was slow going through his motion. I think you're right.
Tennessee with outstanding field position now, with 38 seconds to go in the first quarter, leading by a touchdown.
This is a huge series for Tennessee. They don't want to give the ball back to Arkansas. They've controlled them on defense. Now they need to do it on offense.
Montario Hardesty with the carry. He'll get 7 on the play. These are two clubs that came in here pretty hot. 5-1 records over the last 6 games. And, you know, Arkansas's won 3 straight. Of course, an impressive win last week at home. But today, Tennessee has gotten off to a very good start here at home. This club is 5-0 inside Neyland Stadium this year. And playing well as the first quarter is in the books. And the Vols will take a 10-3 advantage. A lot to play for in the SEC. A lot at stake today. And we've got a lot more football on the way. Right here on Lincoln Financial Sports. On the banks to Tennessee. Vols will line up 2nd down. Hardesty in at tailback. We'll work the left side. Fred Bledsoe with the stop gain of about 1 yard. Bledsoe, a senior out of Little Rock. Take a look at our first quarter Lincoln Financial stats, and not a whole lot of rushing yards. And, you know, we came in, Dave, thinking both these teams, I mean, Tennessee lives by the run. It's what they do under Philip Fulmer, and we, of course, know about Jones and McFadden.
Absolutely. I think Arkansas is really, they were lucky to survive the first quarter. That's not the way they play football. They play power football, control it, drive it. But credit Tennessee, they're keeping the ball away from Arkansas.
Montario Hardesty running hard, picks up the first down. Big hole. And he will pick up 6.
Big hole and big hit. Watch him when he hits the safety coming up. Bam! That's the way you hit him. And then you turn and pick up another yard. That's Johnson coming up on the tackle. And I mean, he just leveled him.
Hardesty came in 247 yards on the ground, averaging just shy of 5 yards per carry.
Dave, they're doing a lot of check with me at the line. You see where Ainge comes out, sets them, then looks over to the sideline. That sets the defense. They can't change.
There goes Hardesty. And he will power his way down to the 34-yard line. Rashad Johnson will get credit for the tackle.
Or if you're the umpire, you want to stay out of the way. Ronnie Jones there. Watch him get in the block. Watch out, Ronnie. They're coming at you. Now, he's a big guy. I think he's an old lineman, but He's back. Look, doesn't even bother him.
It's like, that's all you got?
That's all you
Come
got?
on.
Come on.
Second down and 2.
All right, for a lot of teams, this is a waste down. You got second down and 2. You got at least third and fourth down to make it. Do you go to the end zone, try maybe an out and up? Nope.
Power football. This time Hardesty got hit by Matt Hewitt, the strong safety.
That clock moving for Philip Fulmer. This is his glory time. His offensive plan is working to perfection. Keep the ball away from Arkansas.
Philip Fulmer having a little discussion about the spot.
Yeah. Second down and what? Well, this is a no-brainer. I think you're going to see Hardesty come right back up with it. Maybe a quarterback sneak, but they're going for first down.
Third down and less than a yard. It will be a sneak. Eric Ainge will keep it. And as long as they keep picking up first downs, number 5 in white won't have a chance to put his hands on the football.
And when you're able to get 2 yards on a quarterback sneak, you have to thank those big offensive linemen. McNeil 50, Parker 75, McClendon 65. They're coming off the line. There, see, he sets him. Now he comes over, looks at the call. Cutcliffe calls the call in. They're ready to go.
Hardesty still in at tailback. Wendell Davis will get the tackle, gain of about 4, but that's what Tennessee wants. I mean, they'll take that. You give them 4 or 5 off the left side or right side on first down, and David Cutcliffe will take that all day long.
Oh, I can promise you he's excited about it. And that time it was Big Parker and Chris Scott driving off that ball. 75, 79 coming off there. This is man on man, nothing fancy.
Big boys, Parker 305, Scott 305, Clinton 330. Here's Hardesty. Hardesty not 300 but 205 and can dance around and pick up a first down.
Boy, what a dance at the line of scrimmage. This is designed to go off the right guard, and he cuts it back. It's designed to go over here, and it doesn't. He cuts it back, then sees that little stutter step. Again, backs inside. Excellent. And you see at the last minute, putting those hands around that ball protection.
Matt Hewitt with another tackle. He leads Arkansas with 82 coming into this game.
Just tell you, Tennessee could not write a better script than what they're doing right now.
First down and 10. Hardesty still in the backfield. This time the Hogs read it. For linebacker, real good speed on that edge, and that's exactly why he's playing defensive end now. And Hardesty will take a break. That means Arian Foster back in the game at tailback.
Now see if Arkansas comes after him.
A fresh Arian Foster trying to get the corner. Picks up 7. And Matt Hewitt hanging on for dear life. Foster nearly got the corner.
And Dave, that was where that play was designed, that last play, to go up underneath, come up right up through there. You see the hole open up right in there? Bang, now get to the outside, use that great speed. He gets to the outside, he picks it up. Hewitt has to come up. Hewitt's the strong safety. You don't want your strong safety making a whole lot of tackles.
Third down and say a yard. Happening. A loss of maybe convert here. I still think Tennessee has to be happy with the fact that they can put together drives like this.
And Dave, when I was doing my boards, I saw that Tennessee only had, I think, 15, 11, 10-plus play drives all year. And they've got at least 2 today. That's a real mark of an offense.
Lincoln is hit from 25, trying from 28. And he converts. So 12 plays in that drive. Philip Fulmer will take the 3. They lead it by 10 here in the second quarter. Closed captioning is provided by Chick-fil-A. We didn't invent the chicken, just the chicken sandwich. On a beautiful fall, I guess winter now. Is it winter yet? Is it
yeah, it's, well, no, it hasn't started winter yet.
I don't know myself. I just know it's getting a little chilly. Texas Pete scoring drive, Dave Rowe, 12 plays again.
That's incredible. Look at that time. 7 minutes and 15 seconds on that drive. Man.
Colquitt will kick it. McFadden will field it on a hop at the 10. To the 30 and run out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Dennis Rogan will get credit for the special teams tackle. Look at what McFadden, where Herschel Walker, an amazing number of yards, over 5,000. He had over 1,000 carries in 3 years.
I heard you say that. That is incredible. 1,000 carries.
Casey Dick looking far side for Robert Johnson.
I want to tell you, I just get the feeling that Arkansas is just out of sync. Nothing seems to be going right. They're throwing on first down. I know you want to throw to open up the run. But for Houston Nutt, I mean, you got to the dance by running the ball.
Let's go to Dave Baker.
I agree with the big fella. I think you've got to establish what you've been all season long, or else you have to start playing a game you don't want to play.
Felix Jones off the right side. The problem is, and I agree with you guys, but the problem is Tennessee's defense isn't letting them get the running game going. Rico McCoy that time.
And we talked about those two linebackers. You remember Mayo, number 7, and Rico McCoy, number 4 of 5. They are making big plays. They're running the line. The defensive line is keeping them off so they can slide and get to it.
John Chavis told us, he goes, I don't like to blow a lot of smoke to you guys, but I'm going to tell you something. My two linebackers, McCoy and Mayo, have been playing like All-Americans the last month.
Build a fence and don't let anybody open the gate.
3rd and 7 over the middle. Pass is caught. Peyton Hillis. He needed to get over the 45. I don't think he did it. Jerrod Mayo will get credit for the tackle. He's going to be a yard shy. And now it's the question, do you take a risk if you're Houston Nutt?
Well, Philip Fulmer did early on that first drive. Why not do it if you're Houston Nutt? You've got quite a running game.
Yeah. Your running game is averaging over 6.5 yards per carry. 315 yards a game, 2nd in the NCAA. So, yeah, I think you got to go for it.
And listen to this crowd. You talk about going for it.
And McFadden's on the bench. And Jones. They'll use Peyton Hillis, and I don't think he got it.
I don't either. I think it was Reynolds coming underneath, and they got great penetration. And there you've got your best running back in McFadden and Jones there on the bench. And look at the penetration over top. There's nowhere to go. You see the yellow line? He didn't even come close.
Well, that'll give Tennessee now outstanding field position at the Arkansas 45-yard line. Lennon Creer, the true freshman out of Tatum, Texas, gets his first carry today. Brian Powers gets credit for that tackle.
And Dave, football was almost like an avalanche. When it starts to turn, I mean, it's going to turn. And it's great play selection. You see the pass to rush situation there. Tennessee has done everything right. And look at that time of possession, over 15 minutes.
15 minutes for that Tennessee offense, only 9 minutes for Arkansas. Here's Creer again. He got maybe a yard on the play. Freddie Fairchild with the tackle. Ainge 5 out of 11, 37 yards through the air. Let's take a look at our Firehouse Subs home field advantage. The Volunteers have played to 101.5% capacity. Didn't know you could do that. 103,578 is their average. I mean, it truly is remarkable. And they've done a nice job. They've kind of renovated this facility. And what a great environment. Joy coming here every year.
Now, if you're Arkansas, do you creep up and come after him? I don't think you can let Ainge sit back there.
Flag came down the middle. A couple of flags. Wonder if there was a quick snap by about 5. I mean, this may give Tennessee the first down. We'll see exactly how far. If it's 5.5.
Offsides on the defensive line. The defense got in the neutral zone, causing the offense to react. That's a 5-yard penalty. It will result in a first down.
Wow. You cannot afford those on the road. Well, this season, watch for the Geico College Football's 10 greatest wide receivers, a season-long traveling exhibit celebrating the greatest wide receivers of all time. Go to lfsports.com for more information and to find out when Lennon Creer at tailback. That's a couple of penalties by Arkansas that have kept drives alive for Tennessee.
Exactly. That was going to be that. They were going to have to give the ball up some way, and now they keep that drive alive. Keep that clock running. They're running plays. Arkansas just sitting there on the bench.
That's a way to slow down an offense. Freddie Fairchild led the charge. He blows out his ACL. He's playing like he did now toward the end of his freshman year. Next year, they think he's going to have just one of those all-world campaigns.
Yeah, there was another kid over there. You remember that, Elijah Boutte?
Yeah, Sam could play a little bit.
Yeah, he could play just a touch.
Here's Lennon Creer off the left side. He got the two back that he lost. Ernest Mitchell, the junior out of Noonan, Georgia, playing close to home today.
A little bit of time on those crossing patterns. See a lot of 2 deep and 3 deep zone with man coverage underneath.
So Ainge will work out of the shotgun. 3 receiver set. Lennon Creer stands to his right.
I don't see him coming after him. Just a regular 3-man rush.
Actually a 2-man rush, and they all fall back. And is that Rogers with the catch? Yes, it is, and that may be good enough for a first down. They had 9 guys back in coverage.
Yeah, they dropped the center back, if you can believe that. The center, the defensive nose tackle, watch him drop back. You see him right there, he drops back. No help, though, and Ainge just stands back there. We talked about him being on target. This is a confident Eric Ainge. He puts streaks together, and that is a well-thrown ball.
I mean, that's Grant's coverage is phenomenal.
Exactly. I mean, he's running with a man-to-man. That's just well placed.
Ainge looking, throw a bullet to Lucas Taylor. Coverage by Michael Grant. It's one of those where if he'd gotten a little bit more air on that, he might have had a shot.
Well, one thing I think what Ainge did on that, he saw it wasn't open, and he just drilled it out there. He threw it over top of everybody's head. He wasn't going to throw an interception, but maybe he should have had a little bit more touch in.
I said, of all the passes you've thrown this year, talking to Eric before the game, how many would you want back? He says, to be honest with you, it's probably about 3. And the biggest one was in Tennessee a couple of weeks ago when Tennessee was driving third quarter, threw an interception as they were near the goal line. And he says, you know, that's the one where we could change the whole game, whole complexion of the game. Timeout taken by Tennessee as the play clock was winding down. And we'll take a timeout as well. Back after a word from your local stations. Long time official here in the Southeastern Conference. Great day. Arkansas fans made their way to Knoxville on a 2nd down and 10 with 3:15 to go before halftime. And a little change up. Gerald Jones in at quarterback. The true freshman out of Oklahoma City. He took a couple of snaps last week against Louisiana Tech. And boy, David Cutcliffe says this young fella could really change how we do some things offensively. Kind of like the Wild Hog formation for Arkansas. Former quarterback in high school. An electrifying athlete.
Yeah, they said that he has got moves, and David Cutcliffe said he can throw the football, but he is more known for that quick, shifty speed.
And not something they're going to. I mean, you don't take Eric Ainge off the field, as he says, but it's a good changeup.
This is a big down here. If you're Arkansas, you need to hold them, and here they come.
3rd down. Ainge fires, pass incomplete, looking for Hancock. And Terrell Richardson in coverage and good pressure up front.
Yeah, when you pressure a quarterback, you want to pressure him in his face, and that's what's disrupting. And
2 out of 2, he will step and try to knock a 41-yarder home.
Now, if you're Arkansas, you're saying, thank goodness we're holding them to field goals. Tennessee, you say, keep scoring.
Kick is on the way. He missed it. So the Arkansas defense wins that battle, and now they have Reggie Herring. His team's given up 13 points, but when you consider that Tennessee's starting field position has been their own 48, basically midfield, you got to feel pretty good about
Oh, I can promise you. I can promise you the big man there, he has turned around telling his guys just keep playing hard because they've held them to 3 field goal tries. That's incredible. Like you said, the starting position, you don't get started midfield. That makes it a real short field.
Well, Arkansas now will go with McFadden and Jones in the backfield in the Wild Hog formation. McFadden off the right side with a play fake to Jones, and only a gain of about 3 on the play for McFadden. What is Tennessee doing to stretch the field and slow this running game down.
Well, they're not afraid of the pass right now, and they're running to the ball. If they would take that ball and play fake and throw it downfield, it might hold them a little bit and get open. But right now, Tennessee has no fear of the passing game. So those defensive backs are creeping up. And Philip Fulmer is excited. John Chavis there.
A Wild Hog formation, not impressive in the first 8 games, all told, but it was more than impressive against South Carolina. Here's McFadden throwing and overthrows Felix Jones. I mean, there's just no sink to this offense right now.
It isn't. I mean, everything is like it's sputtering. And you see right there, Darren McFadden said, my fault. But hey, you live by the run, you die by the run. Carry that ball. Darren McFadden, we want to see you run. We know you can. That young man right there, Houston Nutt, he knows you can do it too.
And here comes Marcus Monk, Robert Johnson, Casey Dick back on the field. Going to a 3 wide receiver set on 3rd down and 6.
It's up to me. I'm throwing it to Marcus Monk. He'll go up and get it.
They'll hand it off to McFadden, and he's shy of the 1st down. If you're Tennessee, you might think about taking a timeout.
Sure might, with 1:20 left. Take that timeout, you're going to get a good position.
And they just did. Took a timeout, stopped the clock at 1:24. And with that timeout, we will step aside. I'll be back after a message from the SEC. Well, Daughtry has been with us all season long, and their song Over You has been the #1 video on VH1's Top 20 Countdown show for the last 7 consecutive weeks. Check out Daughtry live in concert in Orlando on the 18th and the 20th at the Ryman Auditorium. Here's Dennis Rogan. He's got some running room. And once again, out to midfield go the Volunteers. Jeremy Davis, the punter, pushes him out of bounds.
Boy, that was a high kick. It just wasn't good coverage. He caught the ball. They were about 7 to 10 yards away from him. And Rogan just took it, just made that little stir step, got to the outside. Now, can Tennessee get back down and get another possible field goal try? That would be huge. For Arkansas, they're stunned right now.
After the 15-yard return, Arian Foster will be in the game at running back, standing alongside Eric Ainge in the shotgun. Here's Foster. He's got some blockers. Can he get some more help? Foster trying to get out of bounds, and he does so after he picks up the 1st down at the 38-yard line. Michael Grant ran him out of bounds, a gain of 13.
Perfect little slip screen to the outside. What he does is they let those defensive linemen in, throw it around them, and to get those big hosses out in front of them. It has just been a marvelous day for Tennessee, both offensively and defensively.
Yeah, McFadden and Jones have 8 carries for a total of 22 yards today.
Yeah, I remember John Chavis telling us, we're going to build a fence, and nobody better open the gate. He's built a fence.
Here's Ainge. Lofts it up. Wide open, Lucas Taylor at the 15, down to the 10-yard line.
And Dave, how about Eric Ainge looking downfield and picking up his wide open, broken coverage on the weak side. Now watch this. He scans the field and then just throws it up. The one thing you don't want to do is overthrow Lucas Taylor. But just a great play, good pickup. I was really surprised that Ainge looked all the way back to his right and found Lucas Taylor.
Flag comes down and a
gain of 6 on the defense. It will be half the distance to the goal. Repeat 1st down.
Malcolm Shepard getting a little head start. Didn't see that coming. Well, here's a look at the red zone powered by Honda Generators for the ultimate tailgating experience this season. Tennessee 27 TDs and 40 possessions inside the red zone. That's 5th, 67%. Ainge will throw it to the corner. Off the fingertips of Josh Briscoe.
Boy, that was a rope, that one he threw. Man, you talk about a rope. This is an interesting pattern. Just come underneath. You're trying to rub them off. They're playing man, and that's just a pass. I mean, that was right on the mark.
There's no question Eric Ainge has a good arm.
Yes, he does. Now, remember, you still have that timeout, so you can run it if you want to.
incomplete.
Oh, that was excellent.
Norton on the coverage, looking for Briscoe. Crowd wanted a flag, but from our angle, it just looked like solid coverage from Norton.
27 is Gerald Norton, and he just, look at this, doesn't get that backhand. Well, that backhand was riding on the back a little bit at the tail end of that, but he got that.
Take it back.
Yeah, I know.
Pictures don't lie.
Boy, great shots from Mark Crew, but that showed that right hand up on his back. Might have gotten away with one there.
17 seconds, 3rd and goal. 1 timeout left for Tennessee. Four receivers in the game.
Arkansas on that dollar pack. 3 down linemen. 7 line. Here they come. Don't tell me they got offside again. A tough decision right here for Reggie Herring. Do you come after him? You don't want Eric Ainge to sit back there and look downfield.
You're going to reset the clock to 17 seconds. On 3rd down and goal.
Still have that timeout that they can use if they throw underneath and get caught without getting into the end zone. Dollar pack, 3 down linemen.
Ainge. And a flag again. They waved the play off. A flag right at the line of scrimmage. On top of the center, Josh McNeil. Offensive line has been solid in terms of protecting their quarterback. 3 sacks allowed all year. Only 2 of those have been with Eric Ainge back there.
Now I think you got to come. You can't let him sit back there. Oh!
Josh Briscoe. Touchdown, Tennessee. On a 3rd and goal from the 15. Briscoe takes it to the end zone.
What a call. Slip screen. Look at those linemen peeling out there. Now catch the ball. Look at the linemen. They're 4, 5, 6 yards downfield, leading them into the end zone. It was a great call on that play. Arkansas elected to blitz. They caught him in it. Underneath screen. Touchdown.
3rd touchdown catch of the season for Josh Briscoe. And that play is going to be under review to see if he actually got into the end zone. You see if his knee is down, and it looks like he's laying on top of the Arkansas defender, and the ball is across the plane. I think it's a touchdown.
I do too. We saw him stretch at the end. Houston Nutt doesn't hope it is, but we saw him stretch at the end. But you're right, Dave. That knee didn't look like it went on the ground. Looked like it was on another player.
On the field is confirmed. It is a touchdown.
And that is a huge touchdown. You can't keep giving a team that can move the football like Tennessee field position at midfield. You can't do it.
Gosh, we were talking about their average starting drive position being at midfield, and they started the last one in midfield. So that keeps up.
Here's Lincoln for the point after to make this a 17-point game. And he does so. I don't think there's many people that follow the SEC or college football around the country that expected this. A 17-point Tennessee lead. We'll return after this message from the SEC. Crowd jumping for joy as Tennessee leads at 20-3. Next Saturday at 12:30 Eastern, we'll have some more folks jumping. It's a good one. We'll log on to SECRoadTripPlanner.com and find the quickest routes and all the info you need traveling around the SEC. Britton Colquitt to kick it off for Tennessee. Jones and McFadden back, and of course every time they get their hands on the football, it is a scoring opportunity.
Absolutely. But who would have thought that Jones and McFadden would have 22 yards in the first half?
Thompson, the tight end, picks up the squib kick, and that'll leave 6 seconds on the clock. I mean, this is just, I mean, when you go to the locker room, I mean, you just got to wonder, what do you talk about if you're Arkansas?
Well, you talk about getting back to basics. You talk about doing what they do right, and that's run the football. They have not been able to run the football. They haven't been able to pass it. They're lucky that they're only down by what they are.
With 43 yards of total offense to this point. Here's McFadden. he will pick up 6 on that carry. I mean, that's just an impressive display by this Tennessee defense. Haven't said that a whole lot this season, but it has been a good first half of football for the Big Orange. Felix Jones, 3 carries, 3 yards. Darren McFadden, 6 carries and 24 yards. But I think Arkansas might have taken a timeout with 1 second left.
Good timeout.
Everybody's running off the field, but you know what? Houston Nutt is saying, we're at midfield. I can heave one up here. I got a 6'6" receiver, and I'm down 17. I need every second on that clock.
He's absolutely right. They were actually in the tunnel going to the locker room, and they're coming back.
Are they all out of there?
Yeah. Well, the important ones are the defensive players. And for Tennessee, it's drop back. Don't let them get behind you. But boy, we've seen Marcus Monk and his ability to go up for a football.
Phillip Fulmer's had some good success against Arkansas in his career, 9-2. He's had good success against everybody. So Casey Dick will heave it up in the air. Batted around and intercepted. Eric Berry will take it. Berry, a great athlete, will try to get a couple of blocks. And he falls at the 38, but that'll do it for the first half. A first half owned and dominated by the men in orange. Listen to this crowd. It was 10-3 after the first quarter. Tennessee had a 10 more. Let's go check in with Dave Baker.
Phillip, in this first half, 40 yards of total offense for Arkansas. They've only got 1 first down. Your defense has taken some hits, has really played bidding.
They have played exceptionally well. We've kept them off the field pretty good with our offensive team. We got to get touchdowns rather than darn field goals, though. But hopefully we can do the same thing in the second half.
All right, thanks, Phillip. Appreciate it. Phillip Fulmer and his Tennessee Vols go to the locker room as they lead the Arkansas Razorbacks by a count of 20-3.
SEC football is brought to you by Geico, by GMC, by McDonald's, by Cooper Tire, by Ruby Tuesday, and by BC Headache Powder.
Stadium is the pride of the Southland. Band takes the field. 22nd ranked Tennessee dominating Arkansas by a count of 20-3. Dave Baker, welcome back here. You know, Arkansas has come in as the most prolific offense in the entire Southeastern Conference. Tennessee has had one of the more maligned defenses in the SEC, but it has been a total turnaround today. And after he ran hog wild last week against South Carolina, Darren McFadden, the Heisman Trophy candidate, has been more than held in check this afternoon. He was able to get that gain off the right side. But for the bulk of this afternoon and for the bulk of this football game, he and teammate Felix Jones have been bottled up. Credit the Tennessee defense. Credit those young defensive backs. And they've gotten a nice push up front. And then during one critical series, McFadden spent the entire series on the bench, and apparently no medical reason for that. Take a look at that. A total of 9 carries between the two for 28 yards, both averaging over 9 yards a carry, and that is something that Houston Nutt and company have got to get straightened out in the locker room at halftime. Fans, now AT&T presents 75 years of the Southeastern Conference. We had back to 2 great games between these two teams in the late 90s. In 1998, both teams were 8-0 as Arkansas took a 21-3 lead in Knoxville, but the Vols came back down by 3 in the fourth quarter. Tennessee's Billy Ratliff picked up this Clint Sterner fumble. Great column by John Adams in the Knoxville paper about that today, and Travis Henry did the rest, scoring the winning TD, 28-24 the final. 1 year later in Fayetteville, it was a Razorbacks' turn for a comeback. This time, Sterner's time to shine against the third-ranked and national defending champs. The senior hit Anthony Lucas for a 23-yard score in the final minutes, and Arkansas stopped the Vols' last-minute drive, holding on to win by the exact same score as a year prior, 28-24. And for more information on the 75th anniversary of the SEC, all you have to do is go to secsports.com. And speaking of the AT&T, they're giving you a chance, one lucky contestant, to win $1 million by kicking a field goal at halftime at a 2007 Chick-fil-A Bowl in Atlanta. Check out AT&TBlueroom.com/sports for official rules, information, and to register for your chance to win. AT&T, your world delivered. Great fans all over the Southeastern Conference, certainly those that have followed from Arkansas and those that are here in Neyland Stadium, 100,000 plus. And my question for you, friends, do you live and breathe by your favorite team? Paint your face, show up days before every home game? Are you a super fan? Then visit AaronSuperFan.com to enter the South's biggest football contest for fans. Tell us in your own words, photos or videos, why you are your team's biggest fan, and you could walk away with a Philips 42-inch flat panel TV and a featured appearance on an upcoming broadcast. Log on now at AaronSuperFan.com to win. Well, the super fans here in Knoxville have had a lot to cheer about as the sun sinks behind Neyland Stadium, but the pride of the Southland band plays on. The homestanding Vols lead the Razorbacks by a count of 20-3. Big day so far for the homestanding Vols as 22nd ranked Tennessee leads Arkansas by a count of 20-3. Dave Baker welcoming you back to Neyland Stadium in Knoxville. And fans, we want to remind you that Ronald McDonald House has served as a home away from home for families with seriously ill children being treated. And a nice day, even though it's a little cool on the Tennessee River. But the Vol Navy will have plenty to cheer about as the Vols lead Arkansas 23. Back after this word from your local Lincoln Financial Station. And there have been lots of crashes, most of them the Heisman candidate crashing into a Tennessee defense that has played its best football of the year. The Vols lead the Razorbacks by a count of 20-3. Let's go back upstairs to the guys who will bring you the action. Dave Neal and Dave Rowland. Fellas, this has just been a dominant defensive effort by Tennessee so far.
You know, John Chavis, Buzz, told us in our meetings yesterday that so much talk about this Tennessee defense, how are they going to even come close to stopping these two running backs of Arkansas? And he says, you know what, I told our guys, this is a challenge. This is, I mean, basically, we got to just button up the chin strap and go get them.
Yeah, he said we're going to build a fence, and it was a chain link fence. But the offense started off. We talked about ball control. They drove the field, went on 4th and 1, got a touchdown, came back, got a field goal. It has been all Tennessee. They scored another field goal. He only missed one field goal. That was it right there. That would have kept him from 23. But how about Eric Ainge to that last play to Briscoe? Underneath slip screen, and it goes in for a score.
Look at our Infinity halftime statistics, and obviously the thing that comes to my mind is the bottom of the screen. Time of possession, almost 21 minutes for Tennessee.
Well, that's what we said. That's exactly what they didn't need to do. Play keep away, Dave, and they have. That is keep away.
And 49 total yards of offense for the Razorbacks. Shocking. Second half football just around the corner.
And by Advance Auto Parts.
Beautiful day on the campus of the University of Tennessee as the Vols lead 20-3. Let's go downstairs, check in with Dave Baker.
It's an unusual for your offense. What happened in the first half?
Well, we've missed pass here, knock ball down, missed block. We got to execute, and you got to give Tennessee credit right now. They're whooping us, but hopefully second half we'll get some things changed.
All right, thanks, Houston. That's Houston, not Dave.
Simple and to the point. Well, we do have two games going on. Some of the viewers are watching Mississippi State and Alabama going on in Starkville, and we have some first-half highlights for you. The league, 10 teams that are bowl eligible. Vandy 1 win away from making it 11. It's been, I say this on my weekly SEC show every year, every week so far. This has been the craziest, strangest season of football. It's been great for the fans.
Oh, yes.
It's just been nuts in this league.
Yeah, usually when you have 2 losses, you're out of it. Not this year.
Colquitt to kick it off. Another squibber. That's picked up. by one of the big boys. Next, Petrus, former fullback. He knows how to handle the rock. Well, Dave Rowe, McFadden and Jones, they just got stuffed. How do they get it cranked up?
Well, I think the first thing is Houston Nutt said it right. We got whooped in the first half. What you do is you put away that first half. You don't abandon your game plan. You go back out there, go back to McFadden, go back to Felix Jones, run the football, and see if you can get back in this football game.
Just a power play off the right side, McFadden, and he'll pick up 6 on the play, 5.5, 6. Brett Vinson, the cornerback, steps up, but now you set yourself up, Dave, 2nd down and 4, maybe 5.
Well, you know what I do? I come right back and run it again. I think you have to pass.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see if they keep it between the tackles for a while. The stretch play didn't work real well. That's what they'll do again, and this time Rico McCoy steps up to lay the wood on McFadden. Gain of 2.
There was a hole there, but boy, you talk about closing quick. Watch number 5 come in. Right there's the hole. Now look how wide open it is. You see McCoy dive in from the left side.
Swarming defense.
Yeah. Oh, I want to tell you something. John Chavis, he doesn't get the credit he deserves today. This has been a remarkable defense so far.
Listen to the crowd on 3rd down.
Oh, boy.
Jonathan Heffney with that play.
Oh, and it was open field. You talk about you're going against a Heisman Trophy finalist, and look what Heffney does. Dove underneath him. You talk about excited. Heffney is celebrating he's just bouncing all the way over there. Great series for Tennessee. They continue their dominance.
Davis. Rogan back to return it. And he will get 4 or 5 on that return. Michael Grant brings him down. Next week, a fantastic matchup in the SEC.com, and click on the Regions Bank Road Trip Planner for the quickest routes and all the information you need traveling around the SEC. Arian Foster in at tailback. First half, time of possession for Tennessee, almost 21 minutes. Ainge, not a great statistical first half. Drop the football, will fall.
I want him to make good decisions. I don't care if he scrambles with the ball. This is a good decision. Fall on the ball. Don't try to pick it up and be a hero. Just play solid, and for Philip Fulmer, he's thinking, don't make a mistake. Don't force it in there, and that's what Ainge does so well. Makes good decisions.
Balls will line up in the eye. Here's Foster, nothing happening. Adrian Davis crashing in from his in position. And here's a 3rd down and long. 3rd and we'll call it 12.
There's that dollar. 3 down linemen. You see the backers all creeping up in the holes.
Ainge has time, fires, pass caught. Austin Rogers first down at the 40.
Did you see where that ball was placed, Dave? You cannot place a ball better. Watch this. The inside, he's going to make a quick out. And watch where the ball is placed. Right there. He doesn't even have to reach for it. Rogers just catches it right in stride. The coverage is not that bad by Norton, but he just catches it in stride. And that will give a head coach and an offensive coach nightmares.
Oh! There goes Foster. He will score. Touchdown, Tennessee. 59 yards.
They have worn out this left side off tackle. You don't see anybody. He comes through untouched. Heck, I can run that football. That is a stroll in the park for Arian Foster.
Daniel Lincoln in to attempt a point after. It is up, and it is good. Tennessee, a team that controls their own destiny in terms of the SEC Eastern Division Championship. Arian Foster knows it. His destiny was 6 points. Today's game is brought to you by Alltel, the official wireless partner of fans. The Vol Navy making their way down the Tennessee River. Neyland Stadium just a couple of 100 yards away. What a great setting for college football. How about Arian Foster going 59 yards, a season-long run for him. His career long was 66. That came against Vanderbilt. But that just blows this game open to a 24-point contest.
Absolutely, Dave.
Another squib kick. This will be taken by McFadden. Looking for a little bit of room, and he just gets chopped down by Gerald Jones.
McFadden runs until he sees that seam, but look at Jones come in there. Perfect tackle, takes his hat off, says he ain't going anywhere.
You're talking about a guy who's a high school quarterback, a wide receiver on this team / quarterback, playing special teams, making a big-time hit on an All-American. Here's Casey Dick. He steps back to throw. Pass is caught. That'll be out over the 40. That'll be a first down.
Runs, but you've got to move the football. Look at that, 15-2. That's amazing.
Off the right side, McFadden bouncing around, stays on his feet, and then lays a hit at the 48-yard line. He and Jonathan Hefney collided.
Dave, it's really interesting what Tennessee is doing. They're playing man coverage, and John Chavis has got them going after the ball, and they believe in themselves.
Second down and 2. Wild Hog formation. It'll be McFadden. Gets the snap off the right side. He'll have just enough for the first down. The Wild Hog has not been very effective against this Tennessee defense.
No, it hasn't, because they haven't. They've tried that backside option where McFadden fakes the ball in, brings it back out, and goes backside. But one thing that Tennessee is doing is they're playing that front line. They're staying square. And we talked about fundamentals with John Chavis. They have got fundamentals today. This is how you play defense.
McFadden checks out. Felix Jones in a tailback. Casey Dick under center. 3-step drop. Robert Johnson near side, inside the 40, down to the 37-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down, as D'Angelo, of course, had a big touchdown against South Carolina last week. Out of the shotgun on 1st and 10. Dick fires. It's Marcus Monk. See where they spot it. That'll be close to the first down.
Oh, yeah.
He's 5 away from an SEC record.
Oh, I love him. He's my kind of player, but what a disappointing year he's had. But he's had to fight through it.
Second and very short. McFadden off the right side. Powers his way for about 4 inside the 25, down to the fella joining us on this telecast. Glad to have him back.
Well, thank you so much. 2 tight ends. This is power football for Arkansas. It's run time.
McFadden will pick up about 4.5 on the play.
You know,
take a look at our red zone, powered by Honda Generators for the ultimate tailgating experience in SEC games. As Tennessee on the door on Arkansas right here. They're looking at a 2nd down and 6. Johnson in motion, handoff, no handoff, play fake. Casey Dick will loft it up, looking for Hillis, and threw it out of bounds, but pressure came from Xavier Mitchell, and Casey Dick just had to throw it as far as he could out of bounds.
That was a smart play by Casey Dick, throw it out of bounds. Again, backside roll, you're going to come out there naked. Play fake this side, come back out. But look at that pressure by Mitchell, 93. Never allowed Casey Dick to look downfield. He had to just throw it.
Xavier Mitchell has been putting pressure on the quarterback. He just can't seem to catch a sack. Has yet to record a sack this season. Here's a big 3rd down. Flag comes in. Johnson with the catch. It'll be a first down if it sticks.
It's made the first down. You're exactly right.
It's been that kind of day for the Hawks.
It has been. I know who I'd go to. Number 22, Peyton Hillis. He's their clutch receiver.
He's in the slot to the right. He 34 grabs on the season. Arkansas will take a timeout, and we'll take one as well. Back in a moment. Ball is brought to you in part by your local Toyota dealers. Toyota keys are featured on lfsports.com. Felix Jones, we'll try to get a word on him, but 3 carries, 3 yards, and he is well back from the playing field. On third down, Casey Dick looking for Hillis, knocked away in the end zone. Jonathan Hefney back in coverage from his safety position. The senior leader of that secondary group.
Boy, Hefney read the eyes of Casey Dick. He knew he was going to Hillis. And look him come over there and give double coverage over there on Hillis. This is great recovery. Look how high Hefney goes up for the ball. I think if Hefney doesn't come over from the safety spot, Hillis catches that one.
Boy, yards, and he is well back from the playing field. On third down, Casey Dick looking for Hillis, knocked away in the end zone. Jonathan Hefney back in coverage from his safety position. The senior leader of that secondary group.
Boy, Hefney read the eyes of Casey Dick. He knew he was going to Hillis. And look him come over there and give double coverage over there on Hillis. This is great recovery. Look how high Hefney goes up for the ball. I think if Hefney doesn't come over from the safety spot, Hillis catches that one.
Boy, you wonder. It was Arkansas had completed the pass for the first down, and the illegal motion moves them back 5, and now they're attempting the field goal. Alex Tejada, 1 out of 2 today, and this time delivers from 42 out. 27-6 after the field goal from Alex Tejada, 42 yards. 7:37 to go here in the third quarter. Vavra to kick it off. The junior out of Bentonville, Arkansas. 4 touchbacks on 72 kickoffs this year. He'll pooch this one to the right side, and a fair catch called at the 33-yard line by Frazier. Time for our Suzuki Way of Life performer, and it's backup fullback for Rob Jackson. The scene
one of mine.
Out of the I formation, it'll be Foster bouncing around and turned a 3-yard loss into about a 1-yard gain.
And Dave, if you're Tennessee right now, think of this. No interceptions. They had the 1 fumble that Ainge fell on. They've only had 3 penalties. They have played perfect football. If you're Philip Fulmer, you're thinking, don't make a mistake. If you're on the other side and you're Houston Nutt, you're saying, hey, anything right now would be welcome.
You know, this defense is going to have to make a stop. They're going to have to force a 3 and out and get the football back.
Absolutely.
They haven't had a whole bunch of success in that.
Well, field position has been horrible. This is one of those field positions where they're back inside the 40.
Austin Rogers can't shake free of the Michael Grant tackle. And now you set up that third down and relatively long. Third down and about 6. Our 1st and 10 line brought to you by IKBI Incorporated. IGBI, building vision, building relationships. But here's where you got to have the, you got to have the stop.
Yeah, you go in that 3-man line. It's a 3-man. It's called Dollar. They got 7 defensive backs and 1 linebacker. Now come after him. They can bring so many different combinations. Well, they're going man underneath coverage. You can see that with the motion.
They slough off the pass rush and drop 9, and it works. Quentin Hancock was the intended target, but now the Arkansas defense gets a 3 and out. Let's go downstairs. We told you about Felix Jones. Dave Baker has an update. Buzz.
Yeah, Dave, can you say Raphael Little? Just talking with head trainer Dean Weber. And Felix Jones got hit on his quad on the opening kickoff return of the game. He's tried to loosen it up. It hadn't worked. They've now taped it, and he's riding a bike. And that's one of those things that when it tightens up and if it calcifies, it kept Little out for about a month.
Yeah, Raphael just now coming back this weekend. Colquitt to punt it away.
Norton back to return. He will take it at the 24-yard line. Well, enter our search for the South's biggest college football fans by logging on AaronsSuperFan.com. McFadden in a tailback. Play action to him. Casey Dick under pressure, running and lofting it up off the fingertips and caught. Lucas Miller focused and locked in to make the grab,
but hit pass. Miller comes down with it. Sometimes you got to be lucky. Better than good.
Here's McFadden off the right side. Boy, Brent Vincent had his hand on that football. Now all of a sudden Arkansas's
have back there right now is Darren McFadden. Felix Jones is not going to come back in this game.
McFadden, he'll pick up the first down inside the 45 to the 44-yard line. And the crowd knows it as they begin to make some noise. Pump fake, Dick over the middle looking for Hillis. Not a good throw from Casey Dick.
No, but a good pattern by Hillis. He was wide open on that little slot play going down there. Coming out of the backfield, number 22 is very valuable. But he just, as he comes out of the backfield, slides around to the left side over here. That is wide open. Look at that. If he lays it in there, and Casey Dick, he knew it right away. You see that? That's a quarterback saying, golly, I had him.
Well, now it's second down and 10. Here's McFadden off the right side. He gets down to the 40-yard line, a gain of 4 on the play. But, you know, I go back, and I know you want to try to loosen things up, Dave, but they're throwing the ball on first down, and that puts you in a kind of a bad spot, second down and 10, when they've been picking up 4 and 5 yards on the ground per carry here in the second half.
Well, you know, I just looked at McFadden, and I thought to myself, golly, you know, he's averaging probably 5 yards a carry. I know he doesn't have a whole one of those big ones, but just keep on feeding it to him.
They'll line up in the eye on 3rd and 6. Play action to McFadden, and Casey Dick will throw it. Pass is caught on the far side of the 30-yard line. First down, move the chip. Here's Michael Smith, the sophomore at Tallahassee. Not a big fella at 5'7", 175 pounds, but you don't want to try to tackle him in the open field, that's for sure.
No. But you know what I would do right now? If I was Houston Nutt, I would tell Darren McFadden, I'd say, look, you had to rest the whole first half. You are going to carry the ball in the second half. And you better get ready, big boy, because there's a lot of opportunities.
Well, we know he can carry it at a ton. He had 34 carries last week on that record-tying day. In the Wild Hawk formation, he was going to hand it off to Smith, but flag is down. Not the case today.
No.
Far from it. Here's the handoff. McFadden to the 25. McFadden to the 20, stays on his feet and nearly took it to the end zone. Here's McFadden off the right side. He'll get 3 on the play down to the 10-yard line. Tennessee wants a fumble, and they will say that.
I don't see any of those striped shirts pointing that way.
They've spotted the ball at the 11. They'll say second down. Steve Shaw raises his hand, says second down. He says, Rico McCoy, please give me the football back.
Yeah.
You know, and this is like, you see McFadden carry the ball here, Dave. Let's see if it does hit the ground. His knee is, it's hard to say, but boy, he got bent back. Ooh, that could have been dangerous. But here's where Felix Jones would come in handy. Now Michael Smith, he dropped the football at the 15 and loses 5. But it just goes back to what we're saying. I mean, Felix Jones, if he's not hurt, that's his carry.
That's exactly right. He's in there. He's out with the hip flexor or whatever he has, that quad injury. And that is a huge injury because when McFadden comes out and he's tired, Felix Jones goes in and he's breathing just fresh as daisy.
I don't know if he's fresh as a daisy.
Well, he didn't run a whole lot the first half.
Well, 3rd down and 12 from the 15. Casey Dick
throws it well behind Marcus Monk. He had to get rid of it because the pressure was coming. Xavier Mitchell again in the face of Casey Dick. And Dave, down 21. What do you think? Go for it here on fourth down?
I'd almost go for it. I know a field goal will give you 9 points, but I think you need to score touchdowns. And if you don't get it, you got to have your defense come in and hold them. But I'll tell you right now, I know who I would go to. I'd put Hillis out there in that slot. McFadden standing over there. I might find Marcus Monk.
So fourth down and a dozen. Michael Smith to the right of quarterback Casey Dick. 12th play of the drive. Dick fires to the end zone. Incomplete, looking for Peyton Hillis.
Well, the Tennessee fans love it, and they were going to Hillis, but this pass is just not there. That's not a pass you're going to catch. Too far out, let him too much. You got to give your wide receiver or your back a chance to catch the ball. You got to throw this thing where he at least has a chance.
So Tennessee will take over. A 12-play drive and no points for Arkansas. Arian Foster, who already has a 59-yard touchdown run this afternoon, is the single setback. Foster will pick up 4 on the play. Alltel Wireless invites you to FanU.com, the ultimate online.
That's the only thing that he did wrong on that play was go out of bounds, stop the clock. Stay in bounds. You got a minute 52 in this quarter. Just keep that clock running. Your offense has played marvelous. So for David Cutcliffe, it's been a great game plan.
Here's Foster. Broke 1 tackle, couldn't break 2. Matt Hewitt with another stop from his safety position. Arian Foster today, Dave Rowe, has played big.
Well, his motivation today was Darren McFadden, because all he heard about all week was Darren McFadden this, Darren McFadden that. But Foster has just come to life. Look at this touchdown run. That's just, as we said, a stroll. 7.1 yard average per carry. We're saying wow Foster. We're not saying wow McFadden yet.
You know, Arian Foster has kind of flown under the radar in terms of career rushers here at Tennessee, but he has a chance, if he stays healthy next year, to be this team's all-time leading rusher. Haynes will just have to throw it away. And how about the Arkansas D? They did what they were supposed to do. They came in here, they needed 3 and outs, and they've had 2 in a row as Foster and Hewitt exchanging phone numbers. But Arkansas's defense and Reggie Herring, they've done what they needed to do.
Yes, they have. They've really responded. They had horrible field position in the first half, allowed Tennessee to drive down, get scores. But they have, you're right, 3 and out, 3 and out. Now your offense has got to score. And that penalty, nothing bigger than that penalty on that crossing pattern when they made that first down, brought it back.
Norton back to return the Colquitt punt. No flag as Colquitt hits the turf, but a fair catch called for at the 41, and that's where Arkansas will take over. And there's 55 seconds to go here in the third quarter, and they can't afford to waste much more time.
Oh, they need 3 scores. They've got to get in this football game. You know, we've said it over and over and over again, but boy, does the complexion of this offense change when you lose Felix Jones. Now you've got to score. Now you're not trying to control the clock. You've got to score quick. See Jones there. He's not going to come back. I can see that wrap on his hip. That's a flexor.
Nathan Emmert comes in, the sophomore, at quarterback. And his first pass, he's pressured and has to throw it. And a flag comes down because I don't think the ball got past the line of scrimmage. He was outside of the tackle box. Dan Williams came in, put some pressure on him, but I don't think the ball got past the line of scrimmage. And I think it's what Steve Shaw will tell us.
Intentional grounding. Number 16 on the offense. The ball did not get across the line. Lost him down at the spot of the foul. Second out.
And there is Casey Dick. And You know, Dave, is it just a matter of Casey Dick not making the throws?
They're just looking for a change, just trying to get a spark. That time he was going to run a screen to his left. The defensive line, two of them reacted to the screen. They had it covered. He had nowhere to go, Dave. He just was running back, ran out of real estate, and didn't throw it past the line of scrimmage.
Emmert too strong for Marcus Monk. And that's saying something for the 6'6", 220-pounder. Emmert transferred into Arkansas from Missouri State, where he set a bunch of records. Actually married the daughter of the offensive coordinator, David Lee, his daughter Shannon.
Well, I see Emmert right now. He's got happy feet. He just needs to take a deep breath, calm down, and look downfield to throw strikes. He's getting awfully nervous standing back there. It's a big opportunity for him, but a lot of pressure in front of over 100,000.
104,000 on hand today.
And they're noisy.
Third down and 25. Emmert dropped at the 22-yard line. Xavier Mitchell with his first sack of the season. It took a while, but the big fella finally got it.
And Dave, the secondary of Tennessee has gotten a lot of criticism, but give them a sack because they just kept Emmert from looking downfield to find anybody. That's way too long. You can't run like that and give a big credit right there to Mitchell. He finally gets that first sack and gets that monkey off his back.
Davis to punt. It's a good kick. Dennis Rogan will field it at the 32 and get hit at the 32. Michael Grant with another big special teams play. That is the last play of the third quarter. Tennessee leads at 27-26. They keep the Eastern Division Championship dream alive, but they have 15 more minutes to hold on. 100 last week, held to just 78 through three quarters. 155 total yards for Arkansas.
They usually have that at least by halftime.
Here's Hardesty. He picks up 9. Well, the other game on Lincoln Financial today, Mississippi State hosting Alabama. Alabama had 3 field goals, and right now it's 17-9. Mississippi State over Alabama. Bulldogs trying to become bowl eligible this afternoon. Hardesty with another carry gets 1. That's going to be close to a first down. Marcus Shavers with the tackle.
Boy, Dave, when you get 9 on the first down, then you only have to, you got a short yardage situation for Philip Fulmer, the old offensive lineman. He loves it.
Needed a yard, got a yard and a half.
I thought it was funny. We were talking to him yesterday, Philip Fulmer, and saying, now how big were you, Coach, when you played? God.
217 pounds is what he said he played offensive line at.
Today you've got 300-pounders. Everybody has 300-pounders. But what a fun guy to talk to. Philip Fulmer was great yesterday. He really was.
As he said, there are 5 other coaches in the SEC East that like to be in his position. That is, control your own destiny. Hardesty gets a couple.
Yeah, I always enjoy talking to Philip Fulmer, Dave.
And you know, it's emotional day somewhat for him yesterday, because when he woke up, got the newspaper here in Knoxville, almost 200 of his former players took out a full-page ad in the paper, and it was an open letter from the letterman to the Tennessee fans and administration about what Philip Fulmer has meant to them. And they wanted, it wasn't anything about necessarily about keep him and all. He wants the administration to realize how much he meant to the program. And don't overlook that.
Absolutely. I'll tell you one thing. That is the essence of coaching. When you have players respond like that, that's what coaching is all about. It's not about newspaper articles and things like that.
Peyton Manning, one of many on that list.
Offsides, number 97 on the defense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat second down.
You know, when you talk about his accomplishments as a head coach, the list of other head coaches that he is involved with that have been in the business longer than 10 years, pretty impressive group. 765 winning percentage. Bobby Bowden at just under 76. Joe Pop
My old coach.
Here's Hardesty, nowhere to go. Right back to the line of scrimmage. But, you know, anytime you can sport a 765 winning percentage playing in the Southeastern Conference, you got to think you know what you're doing.
Well, you know what's amazing is people get used to that and they want more. Well, what a tribute to him. That article was just a beautiful article.
3rd down and 4 now.
I should say that was a paid advertisement.
Batted down the line of scrimmage, so the Arkansas defense does it again. They get off the field. Ernest Mitchell got his hand up and knocked down that pass of Eric Ainge. Ainge today, 11 out of 23 for $125.
Get those big hands up, make him throw through those hands. But for Reggie Herring, his defense is 3 and out. Get the ball back for offense. Now the offense has got to move the chains and do something with it.
Here's Colquitt. Norton stands at the 10. Fair catch called for and made at the 15-yard line. 12:31 to play, and Arkansas down 3 touchdowns.
They're 50% completions, Dogs winning by 8. Arkansas and Tennessee, not much on the ground for the Heisman hopeful Darren McFadden today.
Well, they protect this guy right here. Only 3 sacks so far for Volunteers all year long. That's Eric Ainge to Austin Rogers there for a 16-yard strike. And here's Ainge again. Josh Briscoe for a 14-yarder here. 20-3 the Vols. I'll tell you what, the bend but don't break. Arkansas defense not getting the job done today.
It's going to be a long week for Houston Nutt up in the Ozarks after this. 20
with another stop. 5 of those for Rico today.
Dave, how about this secondary of Tennessee? I mean, now they were maligned. Let me tell you, everybody looked at them. They ranked horrible in the SEC. And now they've come out, and I mean, they are shutting down Arkansas. They are just causing havoc. Pass game is not an option anymore. They're coming after them. They built that fence.
Now this team had ranked 12th in the league in pass defense, 244. Number of yards they've given up per game. Speaking of yards, Darren McFadden getting some out over the 40. They'll spot it at the 43-yard line. That's a 20-yard pickup a couple times today. But McFadden now, 19 carries, 96 yards. Here's Casey Dick to throw it. Wide open. Michael Smith still on his feet at the 20. The first real big play for the Arkansas offense this afternoon.
In a different formation.
Lucas Miller to the top, but the handoff will go to McFadden. Alex Wilson, the junior out of Memphis, gets credit for the tackle.
Now you look at the time, 10:50 left, clicking down. You still have a chance to get back in this football game if you're Arkansas. It's going to take some real miracles, but you need 3 scores. You get one here, you hold them, get 3 and out, get another one. You can get back in this football game, and Houston Nutt knows it.
2nd down and 9. Looking for Monk. Double coverage right at the goal line, incomplete. Brent Vincent, one of them in on that coverage.
I think it may be Vincent down. Yes.
Vincent, the freshman out of Hampton, Virginia, cousin of Falcons defensive back Jimmy Williams, who played at Virginia Tech.
This is throw up, see if you can get the Monk. Hefney comes over and helps a little bit, but great coverage there by Vincent. John Chavis told us, said, hey, we're young back there, but we've got talent. Might have been from the referee falling on him. And he just went down in the pile. Well, good to see him up running. He'll be back. Take a play off. He's just a freshman. You're not allowed to get hurt when you're a freshman.
Tell you what, this secondary, I mean, they have, over the last 2 years, they have lost 5 or 6 players for various reasons, suspensions and injuries. And I mean, they just don't have a whole lot of depth in that secondary. Emmert at quarterback, McFadden, the tailback. 3rd and 9. Pressure comes. Swing it to McFadden. There are 4 orange jerseys. There was nowhere. I don't care if you had an S instead of a 5. You were not going to get past that orange defense.
No, reacted very well to the ball. Great play. And he is just a magnet for orange today. Wherever he goes, he's going to have people in his face. Dump off pass and look at the orange shirts come in. 1, 2, 3. There's 4, 5 coming in there. Everybody's reacting after him.
On 4th down, John Chavis' defense has stopped Arkansas on 1 prior 4th down attempt in the red zone. See if they can do it again. Pressure comes. Emmer gets the pass off. It's caught. Where's the spot?
I don't see it that way from that angle. Let's see it again. There's the catch, foot's down. Oh, it may be coming loose from the backside.
I don't know that he ever dropped it. I don't know.
Let's see right here. Watch right here now. He's got the ball, foot down. That's a catch. I think it's a catch. Foot down. Again, watch. Catch, foot's down.
Knees down.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's a catch.
And it's Arkansas's only hope to stay in this game.
Well, good move here, and watch the concentration. Good read out. That ball is tucked away. Yeah, I'm
knee down. That's a catch. Knee down.
Yeah, I believe so too. I think this will be overruled. There's the catch, clean. You don't see a bobble.
Okay, now watch.
Knee down, balls down. Let's take one more. There's the catch, knees down. He had the ball right up inside. He's too good. Now I see.
After review, the ruling on the field is reversed. It was a catch. It will be 1st and goal at the 9.5-yard line.
And I think that's the other part of that took a while, is they had to make sure they got the ball spotted at the right yard line. So now it's 1st and goal, just inside the 10, and Arkansas still has some hopes here, down 21. But they got to score in a hurry.
Absolutely, and you see that young quarterback, sophomore Nathan Emmerich in there, number 16. A lot of pressure on him.
McFadden in the wild hog formation at quarterback. He'll keep it himself. And he's met at the line of scrimmage. Might have got a yard. It's Wilson again. Helix Wilson, the junior, with a couple of big stops on this drive.
I want to tell you something. When you hit Darren McFadden and you stop him like this, watch number 35 come to your screen. Right there. Bang. And he doesn't even fall forward. You're slapping him.
Hey, there are 3 orange jerseys that are unaccounted for.
Yeah.
Look at that wild hog today. 7 plays, just 28 yards. After averaging about 12.5, 13 yards last Saturday.
Yeah.
Here's a handoff to Michael Smith off the right side. Did he get in?
He hit the pylon.
Yes, he did. Touchdown, Arkansas.
Anytime you hit that pylon, it's a touchdown.
Talk about some speed.
Boy, this is a burner. Look at him just running away from people. Get that ball out. He hits the pylon with the ball. That's touchdown all the way.
Let's see if he stays in bounds as he hits the pylon, though.
Watch the feet. Just watch the feet. Ooh, that's close. Simon. We're going to have another review.
Yeah, I think his right foot might have been out of bounds.
Where was the ball right now? Boy, that's really close. That tapping that foot out of bounds. What?
The ruling on the field is confirmed. Touchdown.
The crowd boos, but I don't think many of them have a monitor in front of their laps.
No. But boy, was that some speed. You were right. Michael Smith coming around there. Man, he had some speed.
Tejada to attempt the point after. And it's good. Houston Nutt enjoys that. Pulls his team within 14. Back in a moment. (27-13). Arkansas stays in it with a touchdown drive. And that touchdown drive presented by Texas Pete. And 9 plays, 84 yards, just over 4 minutes, capped off by Michael Smith's 9-yard touchdown run out of the Wild Hog formation. Arkansas will kick it deep. Tennessee thought there was going to be perhaps an onside kick. Hefney lets it sail into the end zone.
No, I didn't think onside kick, but 8:27 left. You got a lot of time. Your defense has played pretty well the last 3 series, Dave. I think they went 3 and out, 3 and out, and 5 and out. So they played well. You've got McFadden finally cranked up a little bit. So play them deep, hold them, get the ball back midfield. That's what Reggie Herring is saying right now.
Hardesty in at tailback. Off the right side to Hardesty, gets 2 on the play, maybe 3. See our scoreboard. Mississippi State still leading Alabama, and Vanderbilt on top of Kentucky. Clemson all over Wake Forest. That'd been a much better football game. Boy, the clock, you see those seconds just ticking away right now, and this Arkansas defense needs to slam the door here on 2nd down and 7.
And you know they only have 2 timeouts for Arkansas. They burned 1 early. That hurts them.
Here's Hardesty. And I think this is the time of the game. We're going to see a lot of Hardesty here. Foster's had a nice game, but he's been prone to put the ball on the ground.
Absolutely. Yeah, right here, there's an old saying, lock it away, lock it away. And talking with Darren McFadden yesterday about that, said I can still hear Danny Nutt saying, lock it away, lock it away. And that's what they're saying on Tennessee's sideline, lock it away.
Well, here's 3rd down and 3. See what they've done today, 6 out of 14 on the year. This Tennessee offense, 6th in the league.
Trips to the top.
Ainge, quick throw across the middle, pass is caught. And Austin Rogers nearly didn't get the 1st down. He came back to about the 28-yard line and needed to get over the 30. Oh, that was close.
Well, he has to make the 30-yard line because the ball was brought out to the 20. And look right there. He almost doesn't make it. Good effort right here. Put your head down. Get that 1st down. But bad tackling by Arkansas. They should have stopped him right there.
They had him.
They did.
Adrian Davis had his hands on him and couldn't bring him down.
And that clock keeps on ticking. Now, if you're a smart quarterback like Ainge, you're going to run it right down to almost nothing. 3, 2, 1, snap it.
Here's Hardesty off the right side. Monterio out to the 34-yard line. And Tennessee playing for a ton. Playing for it all, really. With 3 SEC games left to play. 2 after today. Vanderbilt and Kentucky. They hold the rights to the top spot in the East if they can win out. But Georgia with Auburn this afternoon, you know, they're just nipping at the heels. Florida still in the picture. Matter of fact, everybody's still alive mathematically. Even Vanderbilt, they can't go to the championship game, but Vanderbilt could actually tie for the SEC East. That's how crazy it is.
Yeah, it has been. It's quite a year. Good clock control by Ainge.
Hardesty out to the 39. He's about a yard shy. Ernest Mitchell with the tackle.
You know what? I think I'd use my timeouts right in here, you know, at this point of the game, because you save so much. I know you want to save them for later, but Reggie Herring saying we want to get the ball back. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. I'm thinking quarterback sneak. I would stuff the quarterback sneak. I can promise you that. They wouldn't make it.
They've done it twice today.
Yeah, and they've been successful both times.
And if they pick it up here, you can pretty much seal this one, barring a major mishap by Tennessee.
Boy, good clock management by Ainge. It's down to 5 seconds. And he gets it again.
Flag down, though, on the near side. There it is. Now, this would be interesting if it's against Tennessee. That could back them up and make it a 3rd down and 6 situation. And now you're talking about a whole nother ball game.
I'm wondering whether they were set on the line of scrimmage. Let's see.
Offside. Number 90 on the defense. Lined up offside. 5-yard penalty will result in a 1st down.
Boy, Arkansas has done that 3 or 4 times today.
See, Reggie Herring, boy, that's a man who plays with some enthusiasm. He certainly played at Old Florida State with some enthusiasm, didn't he?
If they'd let him, he'd play right now.
I know. I'll tell you. What's he, the third leading all-time tackler at Florida State still?
Here's Hardesty. He gets a couple. Terrell Richardson with the stop.
But Dave, that play hit the ground at about 450. How about it, Buzz? You down there?
Hey, Dave, you know, earlier on, we've seen Austin Rogers. He wasn't a guy that had a big name, but he's made some huge catches in this game. He's a guy that came off a medical red shirt last year. He had mono, he had an injury, and then earlier this year, he keeps playing. When he got hit in the mouth so hard against Mississippi State, he had to get stitches. And just another one of those guys you're used to hearing so many of those big names in the receiving corps in Tennessee. This group, maybe not that, but they've certainly got the guts to get out there and make the tough catch.
Here's Hardesty. This receiving corps, Buzz, overall this season, perhaps the biggest question mark on this team. Not perhaps, it was after what they lost a year ago. But these guys, if you throw in tight end Chris Brown, they have been more than decent. They have been really, really solid. Lucas Taylor's come out of nowhere to have 52 grabs. Rogers and Briscoe, 35 each. Those three guys ranked in the top 10 in receptions per game. And then Chris Brown with his 32 grabs, who Coach Cutcliffe says is one of the smartest players he's ever coached. And he says when he's on the recruiting trail, he's looking for guys like Chris Brown. Chris Brown said that's the nicest compliment anybody could say.
You better flat out believe it. But, you know, for David Cutcliffe and his staff, I mean, it was a total redo. He had and they lost all their receivers. They lost some really quality receivers.
Timeout, Arkansas. That's their second timeout of the second half.
We'll take the timeout as well. Back in a moment. Tennessee leading Arkansas 27-13. Tennessee has to line up and punt it on 4th down. On 4th and 6. Colquitt gets it away. Norton comes up to field it. Dropped the football. I think he fell on it at the 21-yard line. Well, the Wild Hog set with Darren McFadden at quarterback today hadn't been real solid all afternoon.
No, McFadden come trying to get wide, getting stuffed. You see here Felix Jones, he got stuffed, and McFadden back inside, didn't have any room. No real area. Now in the second half, they started to crank out some yards. This reverse was really interesting. Back to Casey Denhoff did respond, but maybe a little bit too late, Dave.
Flag comes in. Looks like somebody moved on the left side of that line.
On the other side of the ball, they've been great.
By the way, McFadden, 22 carries, 117 yards. I mean, for most guys, that's a nice afternoon.
Exactly.
They'll set up a little middle screen to McFadden, who takes it out to the 28-yard line. November has been awesome. 157 yards a game, 10 touchdowns. And today, told you, 117 yards on the ground.
And you need to score in a hurry.
That won't help. Gerard Mayo to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Tennessee. And how perfect an ending with the defense scoring a touchdown.
Absolutely. Highlighted two players. We highlighted number 5, Rico McCoy. We highlighted Gerard Mayo, number 7. And for John Chavis, is exactly what he wanted. Build a fence. Those two linebackers have got to play well, he said. This is playing well. Mayo told us, he said, I'm ready to play. He said, I've heard all I want to hear about Arkansas. Well, he responded on that one.
Just caps off a stellar day for John Chavis's defense.
I'll tell you, they came in with a great plan. I mean, they talked about build a fence and all that stuff and don't open the gate.
Well, you know, they had to make some tackles. They couldn't have missed tackles, and I think they've done a great job in containing the Arkansas running game, and it shows in the scoreboard. Back in a moment. They Ethan Emmer came in to play some quarterback for Casey Dick and just threw the interception. And he's been sitting over there as all his teammates have come by and said, keep your head up. And that's got to be a tough feeling for guys. You know, it's a tough situation to come in off the bench. Your team's down 21 and you're expected to lead them down the field.
You got to be a miracle worker. Nothing else has worked today, but he just never saw Mayo at that linebacker spot dropping back in his zone. Just never saw him. He read him off, looked, just never saw him step in front. That's a young mistake.
It is back to a 21-point game with just 2:46 to play. Tennessee's defense today has been stellar.
Oh, unbelievable. Knocking balls down. Number 5 has had a target on him all day, McFadden. He hasn't gotten off. Felix Jones hasn't gotten anywhere. I mean, there have been yellow shirts all over Darren McFadden. Look at the number of people. And it capped off by Mayo, intercepting that ball. Just read the eyes of the quarterback, runs it in. And what a defensive day.
Wow.
Look at that.
They have... Maybe we can get one more look at that after this Michael Smith run, just to compare the numbers today versus the season. And you're talking about the highest scoring offense in the country, or in the SEC coming in here, 8th in the country. And the numbers are astronomical compared to what they have done this season. This defense has taken a lot of shots.
Well, they turned the ball over. That was big. They had some 10-play drives. That was big.
There goes Michael Smith. And a big hit out to 45 by the freshman Eric Berry out of Fairburn, Georgia. A guy that can play corner or safety.
Well, I'll tell you now, Berry knows how to tackle. That's how you tackle. You don't tackle to somebody, you tackle through them. And Berry just ran over there and ran right through him. He's just a freshman. Going to hear his name a lot in the next few years.
Here's Casey Dick. Pass caught by Carlton Salters. Arkansas going to pick up some yardage here in the final 2 minutes of this game, which might skew some of the numbers defensively that we just showed you, but when it mattered most, the Big Orange played big.
Boy, that's an exact play that they have run all day. Stretch it out, run it to the sideline, keep having people flying to the ball and tackle them. Just nowhere to go.
Felix Wilson has had some big plays from his linebacker position here in the second half. We go under 90 seconds. Here's Monk. He'll get out of bounds. You see him hobbling. Boy, he is hurting.
Well, talking about him and Felix Jones hurting in the same team. I just hate that for Marcus Monk because he's such a wonderful player. I mean, what talent.
You know, he came back to be a part of something special. Yeah. And he gets hurt right before preseason, right before the season starts. And, you know, people forget, not only is he an outstanding wide receiver, he's an outstanding student.
Well, and I'll tell you something, too. As a wide receiver, you can't play through injuries. Those old offensive linemen, defensive linemen, you can get stoved up and sore and work your way out of it. But when you're a player like Marcus Monk, you can't play through it. Just, I mean, it's impossible.
McFadden's day, 22 carries, 117 yards.
Yeah, we're saying not a good day for McFadden. Wow.
Over the middle, pass picked off. It's Eric Berry. Berry tackled at the 33-yard line. He had a 96-yard interception return versus Florida. Had a 52-yard fumble return versus South Carolina, and now has a 61-yard interception return against the Hawks.
Well, Tennessee just dropping in that zone coverage back there, just playing the long ball, and Berry just plays it perfect. Watching the eyes of the quarterback, looking downfield. That's 2 interceptions today for him, I believe.
Right before, had one right before the half.
Yep.
And that'll do it. Eric Gage, all he has to do is take a couple of knees, and this one is over with. Our other game on Lincoln Financial today is Mississippi State, Alabama. A live little win makes the Bulldogs bowl eligible.
Who'd have thunk that?
And that will be the 10th team in this league that is bowl eligible.
Well, Sylvester Croom turned it around. He said he would, and he did it.
Well, I think he's tired of hearing about signature wins. I mean, he's had a bunch of them now. And this is a pretty impressive signature win for this Tennessee team. I thought that they were out of the race a couple of weeks ago. Well, guess what, folks? If Tennessee can hold serve with 2 more games to go, they'll be in Atlanta on December 1st. Arkansas falls to 6-4. Tennessee goes to 7-3. We'll come back. Have more in a moment.
And by Regions Bank.
Got your side.
Tennessee leads at wins at 34-13 over the Arkansas Razorbacks. And today's Lincoln Financial Group players of the game are Darren McFadden. Slow start, but still finishes with 117 yards on the ground. And Gerard Mayo, he had just a fantastic afternoon, 9 tackles, and of course the ceiling interception return for TD. In recognition of their efforts, Lincoln Financial Group is pleased to provide $2,000 to the scholarship fund of the 12 member institutions of the SEC. Hello, future. And Alabama has just gone down to defeat 17-12 in Starkville. The Bulldogs pick up their 6th win. Congratulations to Sylvester Croom. We will come back, put a wrap on things. Tennessee, boy, they're jumping for joy in their locker room. Darren McFadden will go home with a loss today. Afternoon so much. Tennessee wins it 34-13. I don't think anybody expected this kind of result. A big win by Tennessee in the Big Orange. They're stay alive for the SEC East Championship. A great day of football in the SEC from our partners Dave Baker and Dave Rowe. I'm Dave Neal saying so long, everybody. You've been watching exclusive coverage of SEC football on Lincoln Financial Sports.
Out of the water. Now they go on and they win and they're bowl eligible. Great job, Coach Croom.
Arkansas against Rutgers makes it a 7-0 lead, and then Ainge again 14 yards to Josh Briscoe.
You know, the story today was that they kept Darren McFadden in check. They couldn't get the ground game going for Arkansas. Arkansas doesn't have a great passing game, only 160 yards passing as well. Kept them
coming your way. Arkansas against Tennessee. Arian Foster, what a day for him.
This is a 59-yard touchdown run, 14 carries, 89 on the day. This is the longest play from scrimmage via the run for the Vols today, getting it done.
3 turnovers, all interceptions for Arkansas. They couldn't get about 100 yards total offense from McFadden, just over that actually, but not enough. Kentucky and Vanderbilt, they're now tied at 20. This is a big one for Kentucky as they look at the standings in the East. Tennessee needs to beat Vandy at home and Kentucky and Lexington. They've done that. I think their last loss was in the mid-'80s. They'll win the East if they do that. Alabama